Hey you! You're watching a clip from the DynamiteGizmo Podcast. This is not the full episode, but if you want to see the full episode, make sure to click the link in the description. And remember, like, comment, subscribe. Do it now! Here's the clip. That was a puke burp. Some puke came up and I swallowed it back down. I'm going to talk about 2026. Specifically, 2026 and the UFC. Okay? Let me just move my mouse over a bit. There's a cord in it because it's fucking dead. So I have to charge the whore. I said whore. Oh, hold on. I didn't fucking get my notes up properly. You'd think I figured it out by now. It's 284 episodes. Okay. As I said, I'm excited to see how this year plays out for the UFC. I really started dedicating myself to the UFC in around the year of 2023. Before that, I was extremely casual. Like, just extremely casual for years. I'd watch Conor events, and that's about it. Maybe a few specific cards that caught my attention, but I shit you not, that was pretty much it. When 2023 hit, I started watching a good chunk of numbered events. Still not everything, but way more than before. And when 2024 rolled around, I was watching every numbered event and the occasional fight night. Then 2025 hit. I watched every single numbered event, and I only missed 3 fight nights all year. And now we're in 2026, and this is the year where things are really lining up. This is the year that I'm fully locked in. I finally feel like I have a real understanding of MMA now. Not just the fighters, but the styles, the matchups, the tendencies. The things that actually make sense. The things that you need to look out for if you want to be an MMA fan. I can make educated predictions, I can analyze fights properly, and most importantly, I enjoy the sport more than I ever have before. Now, I'm no expert by any means, of course not. Not even fucking close, okay? Of course, it would be nice if I'd been watching since the early 2000s, but that's just not the way it happened. This is. So now that I'm this locked in, the question becomes, where does 2026 take me? And where does 2026 take the UFC now that it's on Paramount? Recently, Laura Sanko made a prediction that really stuck with me. Not just because I agree with it, but because I had already been thinking the exact same thing way before she even mentioned it. Okay? So let's just take a look at it here. Once I pull it up.
That you're looking
whoa, Mike Bond. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Let me just get it here. Oh, Laura Sanko. She's a beautiful woman. I got to tell you. I tell you what, dude. What a lovely lady she is.
Trend is going to continue to be violence. And I know that that's a very general thing to say, but I think that there is so much talk now around rewarding violent fighters and rewarding finishes and the striving for finishes. How much of that actually makes its way to any sort of actual, system whereby people are compelled to do that? Rules, scoring, payment, right? How much of that will actually be formalized or changed? I don't know, if at all. But I think that there is this feeling in the atmosphere that with this new broadcast partner, we need to show these people what fighting really is.
That's right, Laura. You're absolutely right, Laura Sanko. And shout out to Mike Bond from the Bonfire. That's this podcast here. He's with MMA Junkie. I believe that's his fucking organization, if I'm not mistaken. But the things that Laura Sanko said here, she goes more in depth if you watch the full podcast, which I recommend because it's pretty decent. But the thing she said here, I was already thinking about this. And I'm glad she brought it up because I really like Laura Sanko. And I gave Laura Sanko Commentator of the Year this year on my channel. And here she is saying shit that I already thought about. We're on the same wavelength, dude. There's been a lot of discussion over the years about wrestlers taking over the UFC. And while that's been true at times, especially with guys like Khamzat Chimaev and Islam Makhachev, look at what we're actually dealing with heading into 2026. Violence. Pure fucking violence, dude. Across every division. Even flyweight. And not even flyweight, especially flyweight. Look at what Joshua Van is doing, okay? And if we look across the divisions across the board, who are some of the violent guys that we got? Well, I have a list here. We got Carlos Prates, Michael Morales, Ilya Taporia, JDM, Shavkat, Joshua Van, Manel Kopp, Kyoji Horiguchi, Vinicius Oliveira, Peyton Talbot, Diego Lopez, Lerone Murphy, Jean Silva, Armin Sarukian, Benoit Saint-Denis, Mauricio Ruffy, Joaquin Buckley, MVP, Yuri Prohaska, Khalil Roundtree, Tom Aspinall, Waldo Acosta, Ante Delija, and soon to come to the heavyweight division, Gable Steveson. And that just scratches the surface, dude. There's much more. But these are the guys that we're seeing coming in to 2026, hot, heavy, and in their prime, my guy. That's an absurd amount of violence. For 2026, this roster is stacked in a way that's honestly kind of unbelievable. And this isn't accidental. With the move to Paramount, they have to make an impact, just as Lorosenko said. Okay? Oh my God, there's shit in my eye. Someone call the cops. And exciting fights are what sell. Violent fights sell. I understand it's combat sports. I understand specifically it's MMA. And we can't just always have violent wars. But that's part of what needs to sell it. Okay? We've had the era of wrestling. Okay? The pendulum is swinging back towards violence. It's lining up perfectly with the Paramount era. I'm telling you, 2026 is going to be violent, my guy. We're seeing that immediately. I'm saying we're seeing it immediately because this card coming up next weekend, okay? We've got Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. Violent. We were going to have Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes, which would have been very violent, but guess what? Kayla Harrison had to go and break her fucking neck. Thanks, Kayla. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, for real though, like, obviously Kayla didn't mean to. And I hope she gets well and recovers. But I don't know if they're going to replace that or just push Sean O'Malley and Song Yadong up to the co-main event. Who knows? But speaking of Sean O'Malley and Song Yadong, more violence. I'm just reading my notes here, and there's some fucking weird shit in here. Okay, we got Waldo Acosta, Derek Lewis. That's gonna be violent. We've got Arnold Allen and John Silva. That's gonna be violent. We got Rose Namajunas, Macy Barber. That's not the fight, is it? What the hell's going on here? Is it really Macy Barber? I thought it was fucking... That can't be right. My notes are all fucked up. What's going on? Hold on. I need to go actually look at the UFC website. Because I need to see what we got going on here. It's not Macy Barber. Where is it? No, it's Natalia Silva, for fuck's sakes. How did I fuck that up? Or is Macy Barber somewhere else on this card? Or is that next week? I don't know. I fucked it up somehow. Anyway, and then Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davison Figueiredo, okay? Lots of violence right off the bat. And I'm realizing this, or I realized this as I made that list. This card is insanely stacked, okay? It's a great way to start the year. Aside from Kayla backing out. But we might be heading into one of the most exciting years the UFC has had in a very long time. I'm not going to say the most exciting year ever, because that's very hard. That's very hard to beat. But if that happened, that would be fucking fantastic, my fellows. We may be even back to a place where each event actually feels special again. We don't know what's coming. We don't know how things will change. This is all brand new because we've got no more pay-per-views. It's a new platform, a new presentation. How different is it going to feel? I don't know. What's it going to look like? I don't know. Like visually even. Like what's the format going to look like? I don't know, but I'm excited to see it. I'm locked in, baby. And I have full confidence that this could be better than ever. Or at least better than what we've had the past few years. So I'll leave you with this. Do you think the Paramount era is about to usher in a new golden age of violence? Must-see UFC fights? Or are we setting expectations too high? Or am I setting expectations too high, I should say? Let me know in the comments, you fruit flies.
Tap here to watch the full episode of the Dynamite Gizmo Podcast.